And now, not the last, of course the last but not the least is what the 12th house energies are. BHRIGU BINDU in the 12th house means that if you are able to really work towards the energies of the 12th house, then it is one shot at your moksha. So that one shot is given to you, one opportunity is given to you. Of course, many other things you need to manifest before you have a stronger shot at moksha, because where your Ketu is placed, where your Lagna Lord is placed, where is the Lord of the BHRIGU Bhav, the 6th house, where it is placed, that is the house of service. All these will tell you whether you have a strong shot at moksha or not. However, the 12th house is all about those people who are being left out of society, people who are alone, who are maybe in hospitals, who are in jails, who can't afford legal fees, people who can't afford their hospital expenditures, people who can't afford to make the reports, the blood reports or some report, and they are sitting outside hospitals because they can't afford those fees and the reports. Helping there, attaching yourself to a hospital and saying, I will maybe take up one patient's fees, who is the poorest of the poor, maybe making a health scholarship and offering 10,000 rupees maybe to hospital. But a better service is to dedicate some time as a volunteer to some healthcare organization or maybe to a clinic. Also to people who may be lodged in jails for not want of being able to pay their parole fees or the fees of bails. They are languishing in jail. Sometimes the poorest of the poor, many times even the cases are not very strong. So find a help either through such people or through people who are in hospitals or can't afford fees. The other thing is the spiritual dimension of the 12th house. So the 12th house is about submitting to the will of the Lord, not being frustrated to your existence. You may face upheavals and challenges in life, but rather than chasing a materialistic perspective, always be chasing or following a spiritual perspective, always accepting with gratitude what the Lord has given to you. That is your BHRIGU BINDU, to be spiritual and being accepting. The 12th house is also the house of waste and excess. So face the losses, face the waste that comes in your life through a misdirected job, through a misdirected investment, through a misdirected relationship, but still face that with a smile on your face and being submissive to the will of the Lord, and through that elevating your soul. So friend, this is about the BHRIGU BINDU in all the 12 houses. This is just a snapshot, as I said earlier. I will make a detailed video maybe later on each of the houses, how it manifests, what the nakshatras are also about. Now a few points about the nakshatras before we close this video. This is what nakshatra your BHRIGU BINDU lies in. There is a stronger demeanor to that, a stronger meaning to that. Say for example, if it is the Mula Nakshatra, the 19th Nakshatra out of the 27, Mula is to get to the root of the challenges. Mula is also about rising from the ashes like a phoenix. Mula is also about losing everything yet being able to come out of it. So helping such people who are down and out, helping them rise like a phoenix is what a Mula is. To get to the bottom of the challenge. If somebody is facing a problem, just not pay money of their fees, but right now get to the bottom and understand why that person is facing a problem. Sometimes it could also be because of addictions, which also gets related to the 12th house BHRIGU BINDU and the 8th house BHRIGU BINDU. And if that is the issue, then getting down to the bottom, and rather than paying money, helping the person come out of the addiction, for example. If it's the Magha Nakshatra, it's about leadership. It's about you taking the first step forward to volunteer, to help others. If it is about the Bharani Nakshatra, then being very, very careful of how you deal with the opposite gender, being very respectful towards them, and also being of more service to the opposite gender rather than to your gender. If it's about the Ashwini Nakshatra, then it is also about the Ketu services or Ketu related services, because Ketu rules Ashwini, and Ketu is about giving up yourself for others, living for other people's causes. If it is the Satabhisha Nakshatra, Satabhisha is about healing services. It is about having the energy of 100 healers. So Satabhisha is about healing, serving others. So if it's the 6th house and Satabhisha, it's about serving others through, it could be as simple as helping people through a hair cutting salon ceremony or any other hygiene related thing that you can do for others. But it's about healing at a domestic level. That means at a very, very rudimentary level. But at a higher level, it could also be spiritual healing if Satyabisha gets related to the 12th house. So